everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we're making this cute little basket. This is so fast and easy, and you can put like your keys in there or your little, rings or accessories and just keep them in there like that, and they'll be easy to access. So I am going to be using Red Heart Boutique Gleam yarn. This is super shiny and soft yarn. Big thank you to Red Heart Yarns for providing this yarn today. You can check out all the colors they have available, but I'm using the color Canyon in today's tutorial, but you can use any color. We're going to be using 2 strands of yarn at the same time, so if you want to, you can get 2 skeins and use 2 strands, but this is such a mini basket that you could use 1 skein and just take the ends off of both ends, and use just 1 skein of yarn, and that's totally fine too. But this is such a simple, small basket, and we'll be using the 2 strands to make it more of a thicker design, a thicker type of work here. And you can see it's just a single crochet, just a very basic stitch. We're going to start in the middle here and work our way out and make then work up the sides. So you can see here we're working in the back loop of this part here, but working through both loops on the whole thing. Now I'm going to be using a G size hook, so it's a smaller hook for this type of yarn. I think this is a size medium worsted weight yarn. Worsted weight is like an Aran yarn even. So you can use any Aran yarn, size 4 medium yarn. And I'm using a G hook, which is 4.25 millimeters. And this crochet hook, I've been telling you in every single tutorial that I have, I got this at the Etsy shop, Would Be Fancy. So make sure you check out that Etsy shop and get your hooks, because these are super fabulous, ergonomic, hand carved. They're basically one of a kinds each. So, and you can choose which hook you like. They are fixed in there for you, and then you can crochet all the time, because this makes it very easy to crochet for long periods of time with that ergonomic design. There is also a scissors and a yarn needle here for other supplies. You're just going to cut your yarn and sew in some ends and stuff. So those are the other supplies you'll need. But if you check out the description of this video, you'll get the free written pattern link to my website. You'll also get links to all these supplies, and you'll get a link to social media. Find me on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you're following me. You can get the updates on when I post, new items, new patterns, and everything. Make sure you subscribe to our channel here on YouTube as well, so you'll get that notification on your phone or on your tablet or computer that we uploaded a new video. So big thank you to Red Heart Yarns, and big thank you to my dad back there behind my shoulder who's filming and editing this tutorial, and big thank you to you for watching. Let's get started and make this cute little mini basket. To start out, you see I have my 2 strands of yarn, so I'm using actually, if you can see here, 2 balls of yarn. There's one, there's the other. So I'll be using 2 strands here. So we're going to start off by making a slip knot. So put those together. Put your short ends over your long end, then fold that down, and then pull your long end through. It's going to be a little bit difficult to see the 2 strands. There we go. And there's our slip knot. So now we can insert the hook and use the 2 strands as one. To start off, we are going to chain 2. So yarn over and pull through 1 and 2. And in the second chain from the hook, we are going to put 6 single crochets. So go into that first chain there. Okay. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And these are going to be tight stitches. You want them to be very tight stitches to have that stiffness in the work so that the basket stands up. So there's 1. Go back in, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. There's 2. Go back in, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. There's 3. Here's 4. It is going to be quite tight this whole round here. There's 5, and we need to do 1 more here. 6. Perfecto. Now, what I do recommend is putting a stitch marker in your work, but if you are more of an advanced crocheter, you really won't need to. You can just count your stitches. So I'm going to put a stitch marker in here to mark my rounds. So I just put a different piece of yarn, actually. If you have a legit stitch marker, you can stick that in there to mark your rounds, so you know where the beginning or the end of your round is. So now we're going to work in this first stitch here. So we're working in continuous spiral rounds, okay? So we're going to go into this first stitch right here. And in round 2, we are going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So go into this first stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2, and go back into that same stitch and make another single crochet. Okay? And this is going to be quite stiff the whole way around this whole project. So we're going to go back into the next stitch here and put 2 single crochets in there. So 1 and 2. And the next stitch here, put 2 single crochets in here. And just put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. For round 2, you're going to have 12 single crochets, and I'm actually almost done with this round, so you can just continue watching. You just have these 2 stitches left to do. Just put 2 single crochets in there and continue on. Going to round 3 now. You can see I'm back to the beginning where my stitch marker is, and if you need to, move your stitch marker up. Make sure you count your 12 stitches that you have on round 2. And for round 3, we are going to increase again. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in this first stitch right here. 1 and 2. And then in the next stitch, we're just going to put 1 single crochet. So just put 1 single crochet in this next stitch right here. 1. And then we're going to repeat that sequence all the way around. So put 2 single crochets in this next stitch. 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And just repeat that sequence around. At the end of round 3, you will have 18 single crochets. So do that, and then I'll meet you up for round 4. Alright, I have my 18 stitches, so I'm just going to move my stitch marker up and go on to round 4. We are going to increase again, so let's put 2 single crochets in this first stitch right here. 1 and 2, and then we're going to single crochet just 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches here, 1 and 2. So just put 1 single crochet in this stitch, and then just 1 single crochet in this stitch here. And then we're just going to repeat that sequence all the way around. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in this next stitch, 1 and 2, and again the stitches are going to be tight because of the stiffness of this basket, and then 1 single crochet in each of those next 2 single crochet stitches. So 1 and 1, and just repeat. So at the end of round 4, you'll have 24 single crochets. So I'm just going to repeat that, and then I'll meet you up for another increase on round 5. Alright, I have my 24 stitches, moving my stitch marker up now. I am going on to round 5. We are going to put 2 single crochets in this first stitch right here, and then we're going to just put 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches this round. Okay, so 2 single crochets in this first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So 1, next stitch 2, next stitch 3. And just repeat that sequence all the way around. So put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and again this is going to be really tight because of the stiffness here, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in each of these next 3 stitches. So at the end of round 5, you will have 30 stitches, 30 single crochets. Okay, so just repeat that sequence all the way around, and I'll meet you up for another increase for round 6. Alright, going on to round 6, moving my stitch marker up. So right now I have 30 stitches around, so you can see the circle being made. So going on to round 6, we are going to increase again. Let's put 2 single crochets in this first stitch right here. 1 and 2. And then put 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches for this round. So next stitch gets 1. Here's next stitch, 1, next stitch, 1, and the next stitch gets 1. And then we're just going to repeat that whole sequence all the way around. So put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So 1, next stitch, 1, next stitch, 1, and next stitch, 1. And at the end of round 6 here you'll have 36 single crochets. So just repeat that sequence, 2 single crochets in the next stitch and 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. I'll do that and I will meet you up for another increase on round 7. Alright, I just want to increase one more time. So right now I have 36 stitches all the way around. So we're going to move our stitch marker up there, and now we are going to go on to round 7. Let me grab my yarn here. We are going to put 2 single crochets in this first stitch right here. 1 and 2. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches there this round. So you can kind of see the increase pattern, how it works to increase circles. So let's see, 1, 2, next stitch 3, next stitch 4, and next stitch 5. And then we are going to repeat that sequence all the way around. So 2 single crochets in the next stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So at the end of round 7 you will have 42 stitches around. And yes, it's stiff, and yes, it's going to be you know, as large as we want it to be after this round. So I'll meet you up for the next round, because even though we're done increasing, the next round we're going to be working in the back loops, and I'll show you how to do that next. Alright, so at this point I am done increasing. If you wanted to increase next, just follow that pattern, just increasing, putting 2 in the next stitch and then 1 in the next. For this round would be 8 stitches, and then the next round you put 2 in the next and 1 in the next 9 stitches, and so on and so forth. So you can kind of see how the pattern is, how the increase is all the way around. So now I'm done increasing, though I want my base to be this wide, okay? So what we're going to do next, in this next round, round 8, we are just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around, but we're going to work in the back loops only. So you can see your stitches look like this right now, okay, these little like side V's. Okay, what we're going to do is the loop that's furthest away from you, way over here, is the back loop, and that is where we will be working. You can see we usually work through both loops. Okay, this is both loops, both loops, both loops. That loop that's furthest away from you, we're going to go into here and to the back loop only. Into here, back loop only. So that's what we're going to do for just this round. So when you are going on to the next step, we are going to move our stitch marker up, and we're going to go up the sides now. And there's just going to be a line that separates the base from the sides. So we're going into this back loop only right here. And we are going to yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Single crochet there, and that was in the back loop. So just go through the back loop only, next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And it's that simple, just working a single crochet in each stitch around, working in the back loops only. But for the next round I'll meet you up, because we will go back to working through both loops. Alright, so I just worked in the back loop only. You can see there's that little ridge there, the little ribbing. So now this is coming up the side. So that little rib there, we worked in the back loop, and now that is the base of our basket. So now we're going to come up the side now, working going up the side. So it's kind of self-explanatory. I keep saying that. So now we're going to move our stitch marker up, and for the next 5 rounds, rounds 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, the next 5 rounds, we're going to work in both loops. Okay, so no more back loop only thing. We're going to go through both loops, and we're just going to single crochet. Okay, so single crochet, just 1 single crochet in each stitch around for rounds 9 through 13. And then after round 13, I'll come back on screen because we have to make little handles on this basket for a little better look, I guess, make it look like a basket. So I'll come back on screen and we'll do the last round together. Alright, so I just did rounds 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 here, and you can see that this is starting to look like a basket. I just want to put some handles on it, but if you wanted to make yours more taller, you could just continue making these rounds just as tall as you want your basket to be. But I'm just going to hop to the last round here. We are going to, I can move my stitch marker up here. We're going to actually chain 7, so actually the stitch marker won't even fit in there. So we're going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and we are going to skip 3 stitches. So skip 1, 2, and 3, and single crochet into this next stitch right here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2. Okay, and it says to single crochet in 17 stitches, so that was 1. So hop to the next, here's 2. Okay, then the next stitch is 3, next is 4. I'm just going to go a little faster. Here's 5, next is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And you should be about the halfway point across the way from this little handle here. So now we're going to chain 7, yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and single crochet into the rest of the stitches where there actually should be 19 stitches left. So let me count that. 1, 2, 3. Here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Going a little fast here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, speed crocheting, 17, 18, and the last stitch is 19. Perfect. So now we're back to the beginning handle here. What we're going to do is slip stitch into this chain 7 space, or you can slip stitch into this first chain right here. I'm going to go right into this first chain, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And then we're going to chain 1 to fasten off. I'm going to cut my yarn, and then we're going to pull it all the way through and then pull that tight. Okay? And then we're going to grab our yarn needle, and we have to just sew in our ends. So I'm just going to yarn my needle with this loose end here, any loose ends that you have, and we're just going to go underneath these stitches here. Okay, and pull tight. And again, go in and pull. And then we can cut any extra, just be careful with your scissor, and then you can kind of shape your basket the way it should be shaped. And there it is! Cute little basket is made. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned how to make this cute little basket. If you did, make sure to share photos on Facebook and Instagram so I can see your little baskets. And I'd like to see what color yarns you use. If you use the Gleam yarn by Red Heart, I want to see the sparkly. I love the sparkliness. It's so pretty. So thanks so much to Red Heart Yarns. Thank you to my dad back there for filming and editing this tutorial and posting it up on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can get that update when he posts our next video. And thanks to you for watching every day. Until next time, happy hooking!